What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Nathan, and on this planet we send it. And what we're going to be getting in today in this garden vlog, well, it's winter solstice, so there's no better video to do than to go ahead and do a garden vlog. So I'm going to show you what some of the things, well, basically where we currently are, and then I'm going to highlight some of the areas on what's to come. And so without further ado, I got a plan in place. Let's go ahead and send it. Apparently I've been failing, but we got the dry strawberry bins again. Well, at least over here they're still a little wet, so not too dry. They're still pretty vibrant, but as you can see, well, it looks like some of the birds might be getting to them, since I'm assuming food is a little sparse for them, but we're getting onesie-twosies of the strawberries actually all over, and we haven't touched necessarily 32 degrees yet, but we've definitely been in 33s and 34s over the last couple of nights, so I'm still surprised we're receiving these strawberries. That's pretty cool. This is probably what I'm most excited about, and hopefully it's not too late, to be honest with you. I need to probably go through this and see how the worms are doing, but I am going to be receiving shortly after Christmas the item that I'm going to be replacing all of my current form of vermicasting with, and we'll be showing you that here basically within a week or so on the new system that I'll be installing. I'm really excited to be bringing that to you guys. In addition to growing some kicking balls for my son just to kick all over the place, the in-ground garden is doing really good. Everything is super nice and dark and green. Everything, I'm not really seeing any sickness on any of the plants here. I am a little curious and excited to see what's going to be happening with the Kaniwa come next year, to see if we actually start getting some new plants, since as you can see, it's currently in the process of self-seeding. The hive section is probably the best section, and we go ahead and just highlight that pruning time is coming up very soon. Being that it is December 21st, I usually like to prune somewhere towards the middle to the end of January, but no later than the end of February, so that time is coming. Now, if you've been following along the last few vlogs, you know that I was unsure on if it was a cucumber or a loofah that's growing. This appears to be a loofah. So once this is all done and dried up, we should have some more seeds and well, basically some exfoliating sponge-like apparatus. Tomatoes are still coming in, and got plenty of green tomatoes all up and down the vine that will be turning into nice ripened tomatoes over the next week or two. But yeah, at least they're still coming in. Like I said, maybe not as fast as I would like them to, but they're holding pretty steady, so I guess I can't complain. This section is almost ready for pruning. We're just waiting for the last leaves of the plums to fall off. So I think here in about 1 month, when it normally gets into my typical pruning season, this whole area right here, the dual grafted tree and the peach tree right here, will be ready, and so will a couple of the others along the way. Let's go ahead and move in over here and see if we're seeing any changes yet on these semi-dwarf trees, since we've actually been getting a pretty good amount of rain. I'm just curious to see, I haven't really been over here looking to see if we've gotten any additional growth here, and at least on this one I'm not seeing any additional growth. It is pretty cold out recently, so I'm assuming it's potentially just in slow production, or maybe it's developing its root system. But same on this one, I'm really not seeing any progression nor regression, so I guess that's a good sign. Mexican lime tree, even though we're getting to some really cold temperatures lately, at least for San Diego, in my area, the Mexican lime tree is really producing. Oh, as a matter of fact, looks like we may have got one that has fallen down, and this one's actually split and is already open, so we'll go ahead and leave that for the environment to take up and recapitalize. Oh, and I do want to highlight, at least I didn't show this in the last one, but the week after, I think it might have been 2 weeks after, I did cut the milkweed. So this was recommended by my local nursery to basically cut it off at about 6 to 8 inches, and that helps prevent the possibility of disease forming and being spread throughout the monarch butterfly population. Fig tree finally looks like, it's aggressively going into its deciduous form, and the leaves are starting to yellow and weaken and basically fall off. And so there still are some figs that are really just producing all the way to the end, and that is a first time ever I've had with this plant. And it might just be due to all of the extra nutrition that was going into the plant from the major pruning that I did at last year. Avocado tree, last we were here, it looked like it was setting up. Still looks like it's setting it up to go into another growth period. These buds are coming along, so it looks like we're going to be getting some growth here pretty soon. I'm just not quite sure how the cold weather is affecting it or not. And so it would be nice to maybe allow this one growth period to go ahead and occur before we get, and kind of let it just chill out over the rest of winter into springtime. Big Bertha, just dropping guava all over. You can see there's some new ones that have just dropped over the last day. And so, yeah, this thing is just raining guava. Enough said. The pomegranate tree is just about finished dropping all of its leaves, and when that occurs, again, it looks like it's still on track to be able to prune within about a month here towards the middle or end of January. This avocado tree, it's still looking pretty healthy, and actually by looking at the ends of these bottom leaves, it looks like it might be setting up for another growth, but I'm not quite seeing that additional growth coming in yet, as you can see. Or maybe it is. Maybe I'm just now starting to see the initial onset of the growth coming in right there, and if that's what it is, then okay, it makes sense on why if it'll focus for you guys. But that makes sense on why that the leaves are already starting to sort of brown at the tips. These chickens have been getting treated beyond what they have ever experienced before. Coming up in the next few weeks, I'm going to be finishing a sponsored video that'll be explaining exactly why these chickens have just been getting treated over the last 2 to 3 weeks. All right, let's see how the papaya tree is doing. Let's see here. Initial survey. I'm not seeing any changing of colors on the papaya fruit itself, but I'm still seeing it producing lots of papaya. My family wanted to grow it. To be honest, I haven't used papaya too much, so I'm hoping they have many uses on what we're going to be able to use this papaya for, because it looks like we're going to be producing quite a bit. All right, this navel orange tree, it better start stepping up production, because the papaya tree is just starting to overshadow it. And I wouldn't mind to see a little bit of a, sort of sprint in its limp there, but we still have that growth. Oh, wait a second, hold on. No, we're seeing a lot of new growth now. Okay, this is a great sign. Seeing a lot of new growth up in here. Let's see if we got any else around here. It looks like actually, yeah, I'm starting to see the initiation of a lot of growth coming in all over the navel orange tree. So finally, hopefully this continues, and it just continues to grow and grow and grow. Number one, so that it, is able to continue receiving the sun from where the papaya tree is going to, I can tell already, going to be taking up quite a bit of it. But also number two, because man, I would really like to grow my first orange, which so far I've been unsuccessful over the last 4 to 5 years. The little engine that could. Man, it's always exciting to see how this thing is doing. Last we talked about how the bark and the base is really starting to thicken and strengthen at the lower part, obviously since it's the base, but I'm seeing that kind of continuing up. So that's a great sign that the foundation of this mango tree is really starting to set up. I'm even now starting to see, let me pull my finger out of there, but I'm starting to see some separation from the buds there. Let's come up to some of the higher ones. Potentially seeing some similar things here too. This one not quite yet, as long as it focuses for you guys. There it goes. But at least it does look like I'm expecting to see one last growth spurt before the springtime. So that's really exciting. I'm kind of curious to see, are we going to get sort of a nice long growth spurt like this, or are we going to get one of these shorter ones? I'm anticipating it'll probably be a shorter one, but to be honest, for the little engine that could, I'll take whatever I can get. I've already highlighted this in a previous video, but it's even more so now. But the grapevine itself is definitely ready for pruning now. So right now, I would say the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because some of these trees are ready for pruning now. Other trees, I might have to wait 3 to 4 weeks before they're ready. So maybe I might split up the pruning season and just get at it for what's ready. We'll have to see. If you have any opinion on what you would like to see, go ahead and let me know. But right now, I think I'm probably going to try to do everything at once, but maybe there is some value in sort of splitting up the different types of vines and trees when I get to the pruning for people to easily reference. All right, that's going to go ahead and wrap up this video. You know, I will quickly say, since, as I've said multiple times, those of you who are watching my garden videos, especially all the way to the end, you guys are my definitely hardcore, you know, subscribers, and I greatly appreciate you guys, so thank you for watching. But also what I want to say is, you know, if you are also someone who likes watching my Jeep videos, I got one coming up here the day after Christmas, so I'll be able to get that video out to you guys early next week, shortly after the 26th is when currently it's planning. There is some rain scheduled basically to hit all of SoCal over the next few days, so we'll see if we get rained out, but to be honest, rain's just going to make it a lot more interesting. But we are planning to go to some places to where the off-camber and the slipperiness might just be a little too unsafe, but we'll have to see. But anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one.